This is note page 17, Judicial Branch. At this point of the year, you've learned that legislative makes the laws, executive enforces them, judicial branch judges or interprets the laws. Now, a way that I like to think of judicial branch is that the job of the courts that make up the judicial branch is to answer questions. That will be a theme throughout our judicial branch unit. The courts answer questions. Well, the federal judicial branch is made up of several different types of courts. For example, the most common United States federal court is called the district court, also known as a trial court. There are 94 of these district courts scattered across the U.S. They hear criminal and civil cases, more on those in note page 18. And the question that the district court answers is somebody guilty or not guilty of breaking a law? That's the question for the district court. One step up from district are the United States appeals courts. There are only 13 of them scattered across the United States. And the question that the appeals court answers is very, very different. You'll learn more about it later in the unit. But the question of the appeals court is, did the defendant actually get a fair trial down in the district court? And then we get to the very top of the federal judicial branch, and that is the United States Supreme Court, or SCOTUS. There are only 9 judges who serve on the U.S. Supreme Court, and they're known as justices. And the question that they answer, most young people have never heard of. Their question is the government allowed to do what it's actually doing? This question is fascinating. You'll encounter some real life work of the Supreme Court later on during this unit. An interesting thing about the judicial branch is that the judges, they do not get elected by the people. The electorate does not pick the judges. Federal judges are all appointed by the president and, as you know, confirmed by the Congress. An interesting thing about being appointed a federal judge, you have the job for life. That doesn't mean you have to die in the job. It means you have the job as judge for as long as you like. Nobody can fire you. A special power of the courts is called judicial review. More on that later this unit. It's a fascinating power that it's when the courts look at something that the government has done, whether it's a law that the government passed or an action that the president has ordered. The courts get to judicial review that action and determine, does the Constitution actually allow that?